The champagne glass shattered when it hit my face. I stood there, 6 months pregnant, blood trickling down my cheek, while my husband's mistress laughed and my husband, Garrett, didn't even look up from his phone. "Clean it up," Victoria said, tossing her blonde hair. "That's what you're good for now, right? You're basically the maid at this point." My hands went to my belly, protecting my daughter from the glass on the floor. "Garrett, please. She just assaulted me." He finally looked up, annoyed. "You probably provoked her, Eliana. Victoria said you've been hostile all week." "I've been hostile? She's living in our house, sleeping in our bed, wearing my clothes. This is my house," Garrett corrected coldly. "Bought with my money. You're just the woman I married when I needed someone respectable. Victoria is who I actually want." The words hit harder than the glass. If you want to see karma destroy everyone who wronged her, subscribe to Black Crown Stories right now. You need to see what happens next. That was 3 hours ago. Now I stood outside in the rain, my suitcase beside me, watching Victoria parade through my house in my robe like she'd won some prize. My phone buzzed. A text from my oldest brother, Alexander. "Location received. Don't move. We're coming." I smiled through my tears. Garrett had just made the biggest mistake of his life. See, there's something Garrett never knew. Something I'd hidden because I wanted him to love me, not my family's billions. I wasn't just Eliana Cross, the simple girl he met at a bookstore 3 years ago. I was Eliana Blackwell, daughter of James Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell Global. My 3 brothers each ran billion-dollar companies. My family's wealth made Garrett's little tech startup look like a lemonade stand. But I wanted real love. So I used my mother's maiden name, cut myself off from family money, and played the role of normal girl dating a self-made man. I'd been such a fool. Garrett had seemed perfect at first. Ambitious, driven, building his company from nothing. He said I was refreshingly authentic, compared to the fake rich women he usually met. Red flag. Should have seen it. We married after 18 months. I moved into his house, modest by my standards, but he was so proud of it. I played a supportive wife, encouraged his business, never mentioned my family's connections that could have made him a billionaire overnight. Then I got pregnant and everything changed. He started working late, started criticizing everything. My clothes, my hair, my pregnant body. Started looking at me with disgust instead of love. Then Victoria arrived. His new assistant, who dressed like she was going to clubs, not offices. Who looked at me like I was an obstacle she planned to remove. I found them in his office 2 months ago. Her on the desk. Him between her legs. They didn't even stop when I walked in. "It's not what it looks like," Garrett had said. "Really? Because it looks like you're screwing your assistant, while I'm home pregnant with your child." Victoria had laughed. "We've been together 6 months, sweetie. Since the day you got pregnant and stopped being fun. 6 months. My entire pregnancy. Every late night. Every excuse. I should have called my brothers then. Should have burned his world down. But I loved him. I wanted to believe we could fix it. So I gave him a choice. End it with Victoria or end our marriage. He chose Victoria. And tonight, when I asked him to make her leave, he threw me out instead. "You were useful when I needed a wife for appearances," he'd said, handing me my suitcase. "But I'm with Victoria now. She understands my world. You're boring. Domestic. Not the image I want anymore. I'm your wife. I'm carrying your daughter. My lawyer will send divorce papers. There's $5,000 in the case. That's generous considering you brought nothing to this marriage." Nothing. I brought nothing. He had no idea. 3 black Range Rovers pulled up, headlights cutting through the rain. My brothers stepped out in perfect sync. 6'3" controlled fury ×3. Alexander first. 35, CEO of Blackwell Tech. Forbes 30 under 30. Absolutely ruthless. Daniel second. 33, CEO of Blackwell Real Estate. Owns half the city's commercial property. Cameron third. 29, CEO of Blackwell Investments. Manages billionaires' portfolios. All 3 in suits that cost more than Garrett's car. All 3 with the Blackwell look. Dark skin, sharp features, presence that made people nervous. "Eliana," Alexander said softly, wrapping me in his jacket. "Why didn't you call sooner?" I wanted to handle it myself. You're pregnant, bleeding, standing in the rain because your husband chose his mistress, Daniel said, fury barely controlled. This is past handling it yourself. Cameron was already on his phone. Dad's on his way. Legal team too. PR is standing by. He looked at the house. They have no idea what's coming. Alexander led me to the door. Didn't knock. Made one phone call, said 2 words. Do it. And hung up. Minutes later 3 cars arrived. Men in suits with briefcases. Alexander rang the doorbell. Mrs. Chun, the housekeeper who'd always been kind, opened it. Her eyes went wide when she saw my brothers. She knew power when she saw it. Tell Mr. Garrett that the Blackwell brothers would like to speak with him, Alexander said politely. I watched the color drain from Mrs. Chen's face. She knew that name. Everyone in business knew that name. Garrett appeared at the stairs in a robe, Victoria on his arm. He looked annoyed until he saw my brothers. Then I was confused. Can I help you, gentlemen? Garrett Harrison, Alexander said. I'm Alexander Blackwell. These are my brothers Daniel and Cameron. You know our sister Eliana. Though you knew her as Eliana Cross. I watched reality hit Garrett's face. Confusion. Disbelief. Horror. Blackwell, he whispered. As in. Blackwell Global, Daniel confirmed cheerfully. 60 billion in assets. Our sister's family. The family she hid from you because she wanted you to love her for her, not our money. Sweet really. Naive but sweet. Victoria's face went white. Now, Alexander continued, these gentlemen are lawyers. They're serving you divorce papers on Eliana's behalf. She's requesting full custody, maximum child support, the house and 70% of your assets. 70 you can't. We can, Cameron interrupted. You committed adultery. Domestic violence. That glass cut required hospital attention. Emotional abuse. Kicking out your pregnant wife. California courts will love this. But here's the fun part, Daniel said, smiling dangerously. Your business. Harrison Tech, right? 30 million in annual revenue? Impressive for someone your age. Garrett nodded numbly. Your office is in my building. The lease expires in 30 days. Not renewing. You can't. I own the building. I absolutely can. Your 3 largest clients? All Blackwell portfolio companies. Contracts terminated immediately. Your investors? Will be reaching out. Your bank? Blackwell Investments is their majority shareholder. Credit lines froze as of 10 minutes ago. Your suppliers will drop you tomorrow, Cameron added. Your board will remove you by Friday. Your IPO? Dead. In 6 months, Harrison Tech will be bankrupt, and you'll be unemployable in tech. As for you, Alexander turned to Victoria, your boyfriend Derek something, works at Goldman Sachs, correct? Victoria's eyes went huge. How do you? He'll be fired tomorrow. His managing director is having dinner with our father right now. Hope the affair was worth both your careers. You can't destroy my life because, Garrett started. Because you abused our pregnant sister? Alexander's voice went deadly. Because you threw her out like garbage? We can do whatever we want. This is just the beginning. Your name will be poison in every industry, Daniel said. Every company in America will know what you did. Good luck finding work. Unless, Cameron said thoughtfully, you want to negotiate. What do you want? Garrett whispered. Sign the papers. Give Eliana everything, house, cars, maximum support. Publicly admit your affair. Take full blame. Do this quietly, and we'll let you keep your dying company. Maybe. And her. Alexander nodded at Victoria. Fire her. With cause. No severance. And pray we don't sue for alienation of affection. Garrett looked at me desperate. Why didn't you tell me who you were? Because I wanted you to love me, I said quietly. Not my family's money. I wanted to believe love mattered more than wealth and power. I was wrong. You only respect power. You never respected me. I did love you, he said desperately. I do love you. Victoria was a mistake. We can fix this. No, I said firmly, hands on my belly. You made your choice. You chose her. You threw me out pregnant. You don't get to take it back now that you know who I really am. Eliana, please. Her name is Miss Blackwell to you, Alexander corrected coldly. Now sign the papers or we destroy everything you've built. 60 seconds. Garrett looked at Victoria, who was crying. He looked at my brothers, standing there like avenging angels. He looked at me, the wife he'd discarded, now revealed to be worth more than he'd ever achieve. He picked up the pen. 3 months later, I sat in my new penthouse holding my daughter Zara. The divorce was final. The house was mine. The child support payments were substantial. My brothers had let Garrett keep his company, barely functioning, forever damaged, but technically still his. Victoria was fired, blacklisted. Her boyfriend had dumped her. Last I heard, she was working retail. Garrett sent flowers when Zara was born. Sent cards begging for visitation. Sent lawyers demanding I reconsider. I sent one word back. No. My brothers visited constantly, bringing gifts and love. My father held his granddaughter and cried. My mother told me I should have trusted them from the start. I wanted to prove I could make it alone, I said, holding Zara close. I wanted love to be enough. Love is enough, my mother replied. When it's with someone who actually loves you back. That man loved the idea of you. Your family loves you. She was right. Sitting there surrounded by people who'd always loved me, holding my perfect daughter, I realized I'd never needed Garrett. I'd loved deeply. I'd lost painfully. But I'd risen beautifully. And that was its own kind of crown. If karma served with a side of justice makes your day, smash that like button. Comment below. Would you forgive him or let him suffer? Subscribe to Black Crown Stories for more revenge where powerful Black women rise and make their enemies regret everything. Because some men only learn respect when their world is burning.